I've been on this kick lately. It stinks. Wow. Why do all these tools smell so bad lately? Hey, welcome back to the garage. So I have a couple of things that I need to finish up on the suspension. There is the matter of that upper torque box reinforcement brace. I want to see if I can just clearance a little bit of the metal on the sides of it, see if I can fit it in. And then a couple other things I want to torque it in, and then possibly address the alignment because it's pretty bad right now. Other than that, I bought a couple more tools and I have a little bit of footage that I recorded 2 weeks ago, I think, where I was putting the Hydroboost back together. So I will splice that in. New master cylinder. So it does come with a new bolt for down here, but I think this one's fine. So I might actually take this off later, but I want to kind of like mock it all into place in the car. I am going to bench bleed it. Again, if I didn't mention what this is for, it uses power steering pressure to give you power brakes rather than using vacuum. This part goes over here like this, and then you put this ring back on. And if you remember, there's that big square piece that went over this before, but we're not using that. What I can do is I can put this on yay tight. Alright, so these do tend to come a little loose, but once the snap ring is in, hopefully it'll keep it in place. So this plugs into the firewall and connects underneath the dashboard. Brake pedal pushes this in, by the way. So this pushes in here, and then that's how it works. One other thing I wanted to mention about this Hydroboost unit that I bought. It is used, obviously. I did a little more research into this accumulator being slightly loose. Apparently it's supposed to be slightly loose. Slightly. So I'm not sure if this is slight or if this is too much. Apparently you can't really fix it. You just have to replace the whole unit. So I'm just going to send this anyway. I'm going to just get everything hooked up, and the apparently there's a lot of cars driving around with this feature not really working properly. I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, this is for allowing the brakes to still have a little bit of pressure when the pump is not allowing pressure to go through. Yeah, so again, I'm just gonna put it in anyway just to get everything set up. So if it is bad, I'll end up buying a new one and replacing it. And yeah, that is a significant amount of kind of work that I have to go back on, but what am I gonna do? And I will have power brakes, it's just that this feature won't work. Yeah, so let me show you what I bought.
It's a fresh shipment of junk, sleazy's garbage.
Alright, just further proof that I have probably more money than I do common sense, which is not even that much money. I went on Amazon and I bought the biggest kit of snap rings I could find. Without measuring. I should have measured. Look, always be measuring, right? Well, I didn't measure. Because why would I? This will be in the description. These are not sponsored. I bought these with my own money. Some really cheap. They smell. Okay. So, snap ring pliers. Let's see what the biggest one in here is. Qualified certificate. Inspection number 2. See that? This is the second one that they sold. I should be honored, I suppose. 36 millimeter is this. Yeah, okay, so definitely the ones that I bought are too small. Let's measure so I can order the right part. What's the chance the battery's working in this thing? I'm gonna go with 0. Okay, it's barely working. Wait, what? 36 millimeters. According to this, this should work. That ain't getting even close. Okay, so this says 36 millimeters, so I guess that means it's the outer diameter. Outer diameter looks like 38. This is weird. So I need a 36 inner diameter snap ring for this. All right, so let's see if we can get like some kind of, all right, so that's 40 millimeters, but that's completely stretched out. All right, and we're back. Workbench cam. I'm gonna run through this really quick because, again, I'm not feeling that great today, and I just kind of want to get something out. So I bought some, this is blue. Can't tell because it's a bit red, but this is the medium stuff, or it should have been the medium stuff. I'm hoping it's the medium stuff because that's what I wanted to buy. I'm trying a new brand of weld-through primer because the last one I did not like at all. All right, so let's start with this one. I've been on this kick lately. It stinks. Wow. Why do all these tools smell so bad lately? I bought some cheap pliers to go in my little tool holder over here. Ugh, these smell horrible. Linesman, diagonal cutters, and needle nose. Let's air those out a little bit, 'cause wow. All right, up next. I probably spliced the footage in from 2 weeks ago before this, but I bought the wrong size circlips, or whatever you call them. I'm hoping these are the right ones, and they don't look like it. 40 millimeter external. So technically these should be even bigger than the other ones. All right, not a waste of money. I measured that time too, but I have these. This might be the winner. Might be the winner. Maybe we should try one of these real quick. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's the one. Yo, look at that, perfect. Nice. This is, I have no need for this. No current need for this, but every now and then I do. And these are a set of super thin wrenches. You can see the profile on these. This is super thin. 1/4 inch, 9/32, 5/16, 3/4, 13/16. No 5/8. That's weird. As I get closer and closer to doing this, the fuel system for the Mustang, I bought one of these. It's an AN adjustable wrench where it tells you what gauge it is. Next we have, this is a dent removal kit, and then we got the pulling apparatus. I'm gonna see if this works on that door dent at some point. All right, so I've adjusted my ready to grab tools with just a Phillips flathead and the pliers that I need. I put the linesman away, and I could always use these 3. So from all the grinding in the last video, love the magnet, but you gotta keep it clean. Go ahead, ask me how many of these things do I have embedded in my fingers right now. Need a bigger magnet, I think. Which might be a little crazy, but see how this has all the strong webbing in here? I think this is good, but what I need to do is I need to take a little bit off of this edge. So, not much. Just maybe come in like that on both sides. And then see if I can, just like a millimeter on both sides. You're all familiar with this view by now. It's a little more difficult to work on this now that this is like set up. But let's see if we can figure out where to put the camera. I'm really glad I didn't use rivets for this. Okay, super duper. All right, so I ground this down a little bit more in that corner that was contacting, and then I knocked off that hard edge. So did both sides. So we'll just wait for this to dry and then see if it fits again. I am kind of taking Bone Shaker Garage's advice on putting that in rather than the brakes, because we could make the brakes fit a lot easier than that thing. So that's what we'll do. Gotta change the battery. Alright, let's see if this had any bearing on this whatsoever. We know this can fit, right? So, there we go. Alright, there we go. Oh my god, are you serious? That fit really well. We got it. These washers are a little too big for this. Alright, I'll have to replace these washers. Now, as for you, I have a plan. I'm gonna notch out like this. So, just so that I can show how this is acting. I might need to come back to this after I have the body harness put in, and then we can see where that ends up. Maybe I could just drop it down like this. Alright, so my plan is now to torque the control arm bolts to 80 foot-pounds, upper and lower. But before we do that, we have to put some pressure on the suspension. Can't forget. Obviously there's not a ton of weight in here, so this isn't as ideal as I want it to be, but it's better than doing it without. So let's get the torque wrench. It's gonna be slow going, but we'll get there. Let me show you what I'm seeing. You can kind of see that it's not really contacting here. There was a lot of space on this side. Let's see. But that's all kind of taken up now, so that's good. So we'll keep going. Oof. Ah, there we go. 81 pounds. I don't have it in me to do this. All right, battery break, and we'll do the bottoms. I was wrong, we do have a leak, but looks like it's pretty easy to fix. I don't know what the shocks get torqued to. They're not 19 mil. We'll get to those next time. So, apologies for the somewhat short and not very productive episode. But control arms are torqued in completely. And we did get that bar in. I don't know what I'm gonna do, that brake mount, but so the whole thing's all tied in, which is good. We are getting closer to having it on the wheels again. Not quite there yet. Still have to do the front suspension. I didn't even get close to that. You can see if this wheel is somewhat, well, it's kind of towed in. This wheel's really towed in. So I'm gonna have to at least get those straight, and that's not even telling where the rack is with reference to where the steering rack is. So I might have a very crooked steering wheel until this thing is done. But I do want to just adjust these tie rods to get this somewhat straight so I could push it in and out. Hopefully that brake booster, which, like I said, might be messed up. I don't know. If you know in the comments, let me know. Yeah, so otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. You can tell that I don't really that I just buy the tools as I need them, and then I overdo it and I do the wrong thing. Don't need rear brakes, right? 75% of your braking's done up front anyway. Let's see if we can keep this from falling on my face again. Oh shit! Okay, I definitely have to replace this lens covering. It's covered in paint. Yeah, great, terrific. Everybody on the bus.